Hello again. We've got a really simple math problem here, but I've seen all kinds of answers going on with this problem. It's 8 minus 3 plus 2 times 5. Pretty simple. Multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And again, the order of operations really matters in a problem like this. Now we're just going to jump right into it, because a lot of people are getting the wrong answer. The correct answer here is 15. Multiplication has always had precedence, right? 2 times 5 is 10. 8 minus 3 is 5. You're left with 5 plus 10 equals 15. You can check out the order of operations playlist that I have on the channel. But multiplication, again, has always had precedence over addition and subtraction without parentheses. There's a lot of confusion around that. Just remember also, another way to look at this is multiplication is defined as repeated addition. I'd suggest you can go look at your Webster's dictionary, your Cambridge dictionary, and you're basically going to find out that multiplication is just repeated addition. It's simplified addition. What is 2 times 5? What is 2 times 5? 2 times 5 is the same thing as adding 2 5 times. 2 times 5 could be rewritten as 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Of course, which is easier? A lot easier to write the shorthand form 2 times 5. So that's why you don't blindly solve left to right. You don't take 8 minus 3 and then add 2 and then multiply everything by 5. A lot of people are getting 8 minus 3, they're getting 5, then they're adding 2, getting 7, and then taking 7 times 5 and getting 35, and that's wrong. That's never been right. You've got to remember 2 times 5, the multiplication is shorthand for repeated addition. You can make this is the same thing as this. These two lines are identical. These two equations are identical. 8 minus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is the same thing as what you have above, and you still get 15. If you wanted to get the answer of 35, you would have to put, let's see if I can get the pointer here to draw my pen. It's not going to look very good trying to draw with a mouse. But basically, this is what you'd have to do. You'd have to have parentheses or brackets around this, then do the addition and subtraction. Because what do parentheses do? Parentheses give priority to lesser precedence operations. And I know where some people are going in their head. They're going to say, well, wait a minute. There's no parentheses around the multiplication. And you would be correct because they're not needed. It's one of the biggest confusions out there. We're going to get into that. What about textbooks? People always like to say, well, back in my day, you just did simple math. Back in my day, you solved left to right. And that's not true. And a lot of people, I see people online say that, and then other people go, I agree, I agree. I was taught the same way. Yes, I was taught the same way. And what I refer to that is, I refer to that as people trying to get herd immunity. There's no such thing. That's never true. Your teachers really weren't that incompetent decades ago. No textbooks ever taught you to blindly solve left to right. Here's a mathematics textbook, a teacher's edition from the 1950s. Same thing. Parentheses are the customary means used to make clear the meaning of numerical expressions. However, mathematicians have agreed on a rule to fall back on if someone omits punctuation marks. This rule gives the order to be followed in performing the operations indicated in the expression. So in other words, you simplify the expression within any symbols of inclusion. That's parentheses. Then you perform the multiplications and divisions in order from left to right. Then you finally do the additions and subtractions in order from left to right. It was that way back in the 50s. It was back that way even earlier than that. Here's a 1922 textbook. Same thing. You can look at this. I can send you the screenshots. Parentheses, when you have parentheses, it goes through here and explains that, talking about multiplication and addition take precedence. All right, it's right in this part of the textbook. It says multiplication and division signs take precedence of addition and subtraction signs. All right. 1913, same thing. The fundamental operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Indicated operations are to be performed in the following order. First, all multiplications and divisions in their order from left to right, then all additions and subtractions from left to right. So it's the way it's always been, but people like to say things because let's face it, guys, nobody likes to admit that they don't remember what they were taught. And so the common thing is to make up an excuse. Now, when I show these textbooks, I will also have people say, well, it was like that back then, but I went to school in the 1990s and it all changed in the 1990s. Guess what? It didn't. It never changed. So you get everything. You show them the old textbooks, and people will say, well, I went to school in the 90s and it was all different. We just solved left to right. If you show somebody a new textbook, then they're going to say, I went to school a long time ago and it was different. The excuses really never end. Order of operations is really quite simple. You have parentheses, then you have your exponents. You don't have any of those? Great. Let's move on to multiplication and division. A lot of people will memorize acronyms, which I really don't like them very much. PEMDAS is PEMDAS, also known as the mnemonic, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But multiplication and division have equal precedence. Addition and subtraction have equal precedence. Division is just multiplying by a reciprocal. Subtraction is just adding a negative number. And there's also BODMAS out there. If you're from the UK, you might have BODMAS. That's just brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. And again, they put the D before the M instead of the M before the D. It makes no difference because they have equal precedence. You get the same answer. All right? Same thing. But, the excuses out there, things like, well, I thought you just solve everything from left to right. No, there's an order of operations. It's true if you have just addition, or you have just subtraction, or you just have multiplication. But when you start mixing operations, when you start mixing multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, especially when you mix higher precedence operations with lower ones, you got to keep that in mind. And a lot of people will say, well, the multiplication wasn't at the front, so how would I know it comes first? Well, you're supposed to realize that. You're supposed to realize that multiplication is nothing more than repeated addition. So we have to remember that 2 times 5 is the same thing as adding 2 5 times. We have to take care of that before we start adding and subtracting other stuff. If you want to change that order, that's where your parentheses come in. And then this thing too, this one here is really bothersome, and this is one of the reasons I hate these acronyms like PEMDAS and BODMAS, because a lot of people will say, well, wait a minute, you could do you do the addition before subtraction because A is before S. Again, no you don't. They're the equal precedence. And then I thought multiplication and addition had the same priority. No, they don't. Multiplication is repeated addition. And if you know what exponents are things like 5 to the third power, which is nothing more than 5 times 5 times 5. That's why exponents have precedence over regular multiplication. And exponents are shorthand for repeated multiplication. Multiplication is shorthand for repeated addition. I didn't see any parentheses, so I thought I could just pick the order myself, or I thought I could just solve left to right. I hear that one all the time too. Well, there's no parentheses, so you just solve left to right. And I will say one thing, that's not true. It's not true at all. But a long time ago, teachers used to force students to put parentheses around the multiplication. Or you'll hear people say things like, well, you're supposed to assume parentheses around the multiplication. And I hate those terms. I hate it when they do that because I think that drill put the wrong thing in people's minds decades ago. They were told to put parentheses around the multiplication as a rule. And the problem with that is then they began to believe that, well, if there are no parentheses, you just solve left to right. And that's not true. If I put parentheses around the 2 times 5 in this problem, we go back to the problem again. And if I put parentheses around the 2 times 5, let's see. Oops. Well, that's not what I had. But anyhow, if I put parentheses around the 2 times 5, it would be redundant. It would be completely redundant to put parentheses around the 2 times 5. So that a lot of people will say, well, I learned PEMDAS, but I thought it meant you do all addition first and all subtraction. Well, we kind of covered that one. That's not true. Addition and subtraction are equal. And then this one here, I got confused because in some old examples they did it differently. Now, they really didn't. Multiplication always, throughout history, has had precedence over addition and subtraction. But the one drill that some teachers used to do years ago is they would tell you, oh, you just assume parentheses around the 2 times 5 in this problem. You assume parentheses around the multiplication, or they would make you put parentheses around it, but it didn't change anything. The multiplication still had precedence. But that confuses people today who haven't had math for a lot of years. They haven't studied mathematics. And then there's a myriad of other excuses. People say, well, it's not a rule, it's just a convention, so I can follow it if I want to. And that's not true either. It's not an arbitrary convention. The other thing I wanted to just show real quick are calculators, because a lot of people will say, well, my calculator says it's 35. Well, let's talk about calculators, because a lot of people don't understand the input methods. All right, so if you just use a cheap dollar store calculator, you've got to understand that these things work in what's called immediate execution mode. They don't handle mixed operations unless you do the 2 times 5 first. And if I enter in this problem, 8 minus 3, as soon as I hit the plus sign, it's already calculated that, which is wrong, 2 times 5 equals. It gives me 35. It gives me 7 times 5 is 35. This is incorrect. That's the incorrect way to use this type of a calculator. Now, this is on a Windows computer. Standard mode uses immediate execution mode. That's not right. You got to switch it over to scientific, or you can use your cell phone calculator as well and do this problem. But we're going to do it here. 8 minus 3 plus 2 times 5 equals 15. And notice up here that it shows the entire expression. It shows the entire 8 minus 3 plus 2 times 5 and gives you 15. That is the correct answer. If you notice the way I did it on the standard mode version of the calculator, it was executing every operation as soon as I would hit the next operator. Like if I hit the plus, if I hit the multiply, because it's a different type of input method. And a lot of people don't understand that. And so they just will say, well, look, I took my little calculator and it told me the answer is 35. So there. Well, all that really proves is that you don't understand how to use your calculator. And I'm telling you, you need to look it up. If you still don't believe it, look it up. Look up what immediate execution mode is. Look up what expression mode means for calculators. All this information is out there online. It's easily available, and yet people don't know how to look it up.